Hello, welcome to another video. Today we are answering what is your 2026 shift? What don't you see coming for 2026? We use tarot and oracle cards, we channel messages and get cozy. You can use this reading however you like. You can watch just one pile or two or all of them. That is totally fine. Mix it up. There are no rules. The timestamps are below, so you can scroll down and go directly to your chosen reading. We also have an extended on Patreon. Now let's take a look at your options. For pile number 1, we have the clear quartz crystal. For pile number 2, we have the amethyst. And for pile number 3, we have the falcon's eye. As always, take all the time you need. You can pause the video to choose. You can come back here and choose anew anytime. This reading is timeless. There is no right or wrong, only what feels right for you. So while you choose from pile number 1, 2, and 3, I'll get started. See you in your reading. Welcome in pile number 1. You chose this beautiful piece of clear quartz crystal. I'm going to put it here, out of the way, or here, because we need a lot of space. We're going to start with the pre-shuffled oracle cards. You got the number 57 with squirrel spirit. Oh my gosh, with squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. This is so cute. You also got the number 29 with watermelon fertility. We have Leo spirit here, water energy, and the number 29, so Leo energy. And look at this little baby in a bottle. Do you see that? Baby in a bottle? Okay, so watermelon, squirrel, and the third oracle card is Jomo, intimacy and staycation. Jomo, for those who don't know, is the joy of missing out. You know, there's FOMO, the fear of missing out, and then there's JOMO. And you have JOMO with intimacy and staycation. Asya Borosh said, finding sanctuary in the house of light. Asya Borosh is an incredible artist. I follow her on Instagram. I highly recommend her. This is my deck, by the way. It is linked below. And you can get it in my Etsy store. So let's take a look at the oracle cards before we get into the tarot cards of the reading. I would like to take a look at the squirrel first. My dog is playing in the background, so in case you hear her, she has Jomo as well as at the moment. Believe in yourself. You have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all you need. An abundance of resources is available to you through the generosity of spirit and all your hard work. That is a beautiful start into the new year. I'm happy to hear that for you. Squirrel spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you have gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. So relax into knowing there is always enough, and you have what it takes to co-create the reality you want to experience. Through diligent preparation, you have gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in yourself, for spirit believes in you and wants you to know you have enough and you are enough. Doesn't that truth make you feel safe and secure? It should, for you have everything you need right now. The unpredictability of life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the challenges that have come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all your strength, wisdom, and resources? Spirit presents you to help and through life's trying times. So help is available basically, and part of that help is yourself. You have already taken all the precautions in order to take care of yourself. Let's take a look at the number 29 at your watermelon before we get into this. There's a Chinese proverb in here, and it reads, life begins the day you start a garden. I love that because in my readings, when I use this particular Green Witch Oracle, I always see the garden as another word for doing the things that you love. Not for everyone it's gardening, but for some people it will be gardening, but not for everyone. So life begins the day you start your garden is, for me, life begins the day you start nurturing something. You start nurturing yourself first and foremost. Doing something that is replenishing your mind. For me, that's gardening too, but for some people, it's baking, for example, or watercolors, or whatever it is, you do that and your mind calms down and you get into this meditative state and you replenish your own batteries. And life starts the day you start your garden, to me, means life starts when you find that particular something that replenishes you, that recharges you. When you figure out what that is and when you allow yourself to indulge in just that. The nurture of elements around you is highlighted, and the watermelon energy shows you that you will reap what you have sown. Oh my gosh, they fit together perfectly. Look at you sowing your acorns, and now you're being told you will reap what you sowed. You are fertile because of all the work that you put into this. Now you have all the things, you know. The wisdom of nature is the forefront, and answers, discoveries, and inspiration will be found there for you. Plan well, you did. Stick with things and look after those around you. Challenges may be a failure to connect with others and inauthenticity. So allow yourself to be yourself and allow yourself to speak up. Allow yourself to see your own strength in 2026, because 2025 or all the years before that, you worked so hard. There's no need to hide from what you've worked for. No need to be ashamed. No need to play it small. No need to make yourself small in order to fit somebody else's box or somebody else's expectation. You worked so very hard. Do you want to be upright or reverse? You worked so very hard, and now you're reaping what you sowed, and it's beautiful. I'm already communicating with my cards. The extended of this reading will be found on Patreon. You can either get a membership or you can just do a one-time purchase of $3 in case you would like to support me and get your extended reading. So let's take a look. Is there another card that wishes to come out? Yes, the Ace of Wands wants to come out too. Okay, so let's take a look at those two. Do you want to be upright or reverse? This one wants to be in reverse too. Okay, so we do have the Fool in reverse. We do have the Two of Wands in reverse. We do have the Death card upright. We do have the... Sorry, I need to blow my nose. Thank you. I had to immediately blow my nose. I cannot sneeze into your reading. Okay, then we have the Crown of Wands upright and the Ace of Wands upright. Let me just quickly check if the Crown of Wands... The Crown of Wands should be the King, right? Because this is a genderless deck. So I love it, but sometimes it confuses me. But that's me and not the deck. I need to adjust. So let me take a look. The champions are the pages. The keeper is the knight. Sorry. Yes, the Crown of Wands is the King. Okay, we got it. So we have the King of Wands. So let me take a look at that. With the Fool in reverse, I want to immediately say something. Some people see the Fool in reverse as recklessness. We have Uranus and air energy here. However, I see the Fool in reverse in this reading as you holding back. And I don't mean that you're not taking any risks or anything like that. When I say holding back, I mean what I said before with the oracle cards, that you're kind of making yourself small in order to fit a box for somebody else. It feels like you're holding yourself back at the beginning of 2026 because you're worried. You forgot about all the acorns that you already hit, which means that you forgot about your own fertility. You forgot that there is so much. I need some hot tea with that. You forgot that there is so much that you already thought of, like you thought ahead for yourself in order to take care of yourself. And then when 2026 starts, you're like, oh my gosh, I have nothing. And that's so not true. It's not true. You have prepared for this. You are ready for this. It's not true that you have nothing. It's kind of like you forgot all the work, all the hard work you put into this. And you also keep forgetting to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There is so much fertility in 2026 for you because you have made sure of that. You looked ahead and you planned ahead and you did well. And I see you at the beginning of the year kind of holding back because you feel like you're not ready, or you feel like you're smaller than you actually are. And that's not true. You're doing great. With the Two of Wands in reverse, I can see this getting stuck of yours in overthinking plans that you think failed. You're kind of getting stuck on overthinking things that didn't work out, or where you think they didn't work out because they didn't work out the way you wanted them to. And you kind of get stuck on that in the beginning of the year. And Spirit is asking you, or letting you know, that the second you let go of this fear of change, that's when death energy can happen. Number 13, Scorpio energy. Death energy is a new beginning. The cycle of you overthinking, the cycle of you holding back ends in order to give room for the metamorphosis, the transition that wishes to happen, the moment of letting these energies go, the moment of you believing in yourself. That's when this rebirth can happen. That's when your endeavors of 2026 can blossom, can bloom. That's when you can step into your crown of Wands energy, into your king of Wands energy. That's when you are finally totally confident in your actions, your abilities. That's when you see how inspiring you are as a respected boss, as a teacher. You can step up and take control of this particular situation. The second you let go of playing yourself small, or making yourself small, of getting stuck on overthinking and indecisions, this fear of change that starts out your year is not your whole year. There is a metamorphosis in the middle of the year with the death card here, number 13. It might happen around April, when you let go of those fears and when you realize that a fire has been lit within you and that this burning drive will carry you through the rest of 2026. And it will push you forward into new things, and it will help you harness your creativity. And I want to say here in particular with the Jomo card, this is the reading of people who find sanctuary in the house of light. You find sanctuary at home with someone who believes in you, with someone you enjoy retreating from the stress. We have Jomo, we have intimacy, staycation. This is two people, or for the polyamorous of this pile, more people that feel very comfortable together, that like to stay together, at home together, that like to give each other safety and security and a feeling of you are understood here. And that is what I have for you for 2026. Whenever you feel squirrely, like the guidebook said for this card, whenever you feel squirrely, retreat to your house of light, whatever that is for you. But I feel like for most of you, that is the home that you built with the person or persons that you love. And recharge, replenish your energy, because there's so much fertility in your 2026. And I also want to say, with the Leo energy that we have here, so much romance, so much pleasure, so much enjoyment, so many leisure activities that you will enjoy. you will entertain others. Maybe this is in your job description, but you also will be entertained. And there was so much creativity in your year. And with the number 8 from Leo, I also want to speak of the number 8 for a second. This is something that is constant, something that is forever, something lasting. So this is a very, very lasting relationship, someone who carries you through shit when shit happens. And I think it's very beautiful. And I wish you just the best for 2026. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see the extended of this video. It's on Patreon, and you can also get it in my Patreon shop for just $3 in case you don't want to sign up for a membership. Thank you so very much for being here, and see you in your next reading. Welcome, pile number 2. You chose this beautiful piece of amethyst. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm putting your stone here. We're going to start with your pre-shuffled oracle cards. Let's take a look at your 2026 shift. What is shifting? What is changing for you in the year of 2026? We have the number 86, Wombat Spirit with Be at Home. I love that. As an introvert who absolutely loves being at home, this card speaks to my soul. Then we have the number 22, Wisdom with Bay. We also have fire energy here and Leo energy here. It's a beautiful card. And then we have Bat, Groupthink Collab. Louise Hay said, remember you have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try proving of yourself and see what happens. This is my personal deck that's available on Etsy, by the way. I made that. It's linked below. So let's take a look. We're taking a look at Wombat Spirit first, which is the number 86. Let's see what Wombat Spirit has to tell you for your 2026 shift. Be at home. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well-fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Oh, that's already a really beautiful preview of your year. I love that. Wombat Spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. You do this by accepting all you experience without judgment, through a deep honesty and love of life. When you feel the freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life with your family and tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle in to a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with the spirit. Could it be that you're not feeling comfortable in your own skin, thinking that the only way you can be with others is to hide under the protection of a mask or identity you created to protect yourself from getting hurt? This mask or persona is supposed to make you look strong, but it really just robs you of your integrity. Wombat Spirit arrives to nudge you to drop the false masks, because it is not others who will hurt you now. It is you who are hurting yourself when you aren't being authentic. Even if others are not in agreement with your authenticity, you are safe with spirit. So this is a year to be authentic, to be yourself, and to be comfy and cozy. Elizabeth Lawrence said, I love being asked to identify plants, and I don't know which gives me more pleasure, to know what they are or not to know what they are. Oh, I need to sneeze, sorry. Okay, sneeze of confirmation on that one. I like that poem because it's like this year you just really like to, when I say this year, I mean 2026, you really like to be surprised. You really like to be surprised by things you don't know, because that gives you the possibility to learn. It's kind of like you retreat to learn new things, to seek pleasure through leisure activities and also through learning. And learning feels like a game to you. Not that you don't take it seriously, but it feels as fun as playing a game. You know, like in kindergarten or in nursery, when children learn through playing. I feel like this is what you discover for yourself in 2026. External assistance should be sought, which can take the form of personal consultancy or research. See, research, you'll learn a lot this year. You do not have all the facts or the facilities just yet, but are still in a good position. Bay indicates success through diligent application and also heralds new romantic relationships. Be wary of speaking your mind without care of others around you, as you are not going to be the most knowledgeable or experienced. I love that. It's like, don't speak before you think. You might not be the expert in the room, but you are ready to become it. And this is a year of listening in order to learn. I feel like when we try to push our beliefs on others instead of listening to their expertise, their area of expertise, then we rob ourselves of a possibility to learn. And you are asked this year to show the wisdom to learn, to listen and learn through that. There's a lot of value and a lot of gain linked to that, material and immaterial things of value. A lot of things that you can cultivate through that, a lot of self-worth as well. Self-worth is also an immaterial thing of value. So a lot of self-worth you're going to culminate through that, and you're going to feel right at home. It's kind of like you're surrounded by a lot of experts while you are not an expert yet, but you're on your way there. Maybe some of you are going to go back to university or are learning something else. There's a lot of learning and a lot of wanting to know more and wanting to learn in your 2026. And it's kind of like you're a group, you're collaborating on something. Maybe this is a laboratory, a science project, but it's like, don't criticize yourself, don't be hard on yourself, be open to learning and approve of yourself, even if you are not where you want to be yet, even if you're not an expert in the field yet, and there's a lot to learn and a lot to read in order to get to there. Approve of yourself already, because you can love yourself the way you are, you can approve of yourself while still wanting to learn more. It's important that the place you start out from is a place of love and not a place of lack, if that makes any sense. So let's take a look at the tarot part, because these were just the oracle cards. Thank you. You also want to be drawn. This reading will have an extended on Patreon. Thank you so very much for everyone who listens to the extended. If you don't want a membership, you can also purchase it in my store for just $3. So, Five of Wands. Do you want to be upright? No. The Five of Wands wants to be in reverse. Then we have the Five of Swords. The Ace of Coins. Oh, sorry, my camera. And the Chariot. Hold on, that means you get one more tarot card. I wasn't counting properly. You get one more. Thank you. And the Defender. This is the number 4, so this is the Emperor with Aries energy. So, first of all, I want to mention that we have 2 number 5s here. Yes, one is in reverse and one is upright, but we have 2 number 5 cards here. So we have Leo repeating, Leo energy. The 5th house, a lot of people in astrology connect the 5th house to Leo energy. So this is the first thing that I had to think about when this turned around. We have Leo energy repeating, that you will do a lot of things that you enjoy this year. A lot of things of enjoyment are going to come up for you. And I need to blow my nose. Sorry. Hello, I am back. I had to stop filming yesterday because my sneezing was getting too out of hand. So I'm back. This is a new day. I listened to what I said so far. And we stopped talking about the meaning of the number 5, that it comes once in reverse and once in the upright. I have to say, this also makes me think of north and south node. So maybe take a look at your north node and your south node, in particular in the year of 2026, and take a look at that. I would recommend that because this is something that definitely comes up for me here. So let's talk about this reading. First, I want to talk about the Ace of Coins in the middle here. I always pay attention to where I put the cards after they've been shuffled, and you have the Ace of Coins in the middle. And this is such a beautiful depiction of the Ace of Coins. This is a card that is letting you know that the world around you is full of possibilities and promise. This is a card that asks you to engage with that, and you can see the door here, and all you have to do is unlock it and walk through. It's also asking you not only to engage with everything that the world has to offer, but also to engage with everything that you have to offer. Be at home in your own body. Engage with all your senses. Enjoy and live life. Let good things come to you. That's what the Ace of Coins is asking you for your 2026, for your shift in 2026. There is so much that you will learn that year. There are so many collaborations waiting for you, and you are being asked to be at home in your own body and to be at home in your own mind in order to feel grounded enough to experience it all, in order to feel grounded enough to be able to embrace it all, because otherwise creative blockages could happen with the 5 of Wands in reverse. That's kind of like an inner conflict. That's an scattered energy. That's an immature energy that thinks that running in the hamster wheel up and down and being busy for the sake of being busy is what's needed. And that's not what's needed. What's needed is action that is precise and that is well thought through, and the realization that the breaks you take in between are just as important as the work. And then this inner blockage can lead to a reversal of blockage. It can lead to that loosening. And I think that is a very, very beautiful image, that the blockage loosens the second you give yourself more space, the second you give yourself more leeway. Because here's the thing. On one hand, you're trying to keep busy, you're trying to do everything right. But on the other hand, you're also a little bit done with that situation. It's like you're so done. Because you have to work so hard, but something is in your way and you're ready for conflict. You're ready for a transformation too. You want to let go of this conflict, whatever that is. Maybe you're working really hard on something and you have a boss or someone who doesn't appreciate you, or someone who constantly puts blockages in your way, and you're totally done with that person. Or there is simply something that constantly comes up because you don't give yourself the breaks that you deserve. So whatever it is, you notice it, and it's getting really very much on your nerves. It's taking a lot of energy from you that you would like to use otherwise. So Spirit is like, if you stop focusing on this person or the situation and instead think of the future ahead, you will get further than if you sit down for conflict. Because if you have a conflict in this particular situation with this particular person, or in this particular instance, if you have a conflict there, you might regret it later. Spirit is letting you know that, sorry, I have to move the camera. Sorry. Thank you. Spirit is letting you know here that you might need this person in the long run. So freaking out at them now, it might be justified. It might be, like, Spirit is totally on your side here. Freaking out at them now might be justified, but you will be disappointed in the long run. You will give them a piece of your mind, and they are an authority figure. And it's kind of like they talk, but they're just talk, and it's really exhausting for you. And it's kind of like if you give them a piece of your mind, if you get emotional, we have Cancer energy and Aries energy here. If you get emotional, if you give them a piece of your mind, you are right, but you will regret it in the long run because you need that person for something. And if you can focus on your work instead of focusing on that person, triumph awaits, is what I hear. Like things are progressing for you this year. They really are progressing. They're moving ahead, and you are being asked to move ahead with confidence, with determination, with willpower. Other than the Fool, the Chariot knows where it's going, you know. You know exactly what you want this year. And whatever you're contemplating, you have what it takes to get it. You have what it takes to go for it. So this little bump in the road, whatever it is, and I really feel that for most of you, it is an authority figure. For most of you, it could be a boss, a father figure, someone in power, someone who, like, this is dealing with authority energy. This is someone in power over you. So whoever they are and however annoying they are, concentrate on your work. Let yourself be really immersed by and with the work that you do, because this person is exhausting, but in the long run, you will need them. They will have a resource that you desperately need in 2026, and they will be part of your shift in a way that you didn't expect. I feel like they will come through for you and maybe introduce you to someone really important, or give you a resource, or give you access to a resource that is really important. So even though you know that you would be right if you had this conversation with them, pace yourself and concentrate on your work, because your 2026 shift is going to be massive. You're going to achieve so very much. There's a reversal of all your blockages on the way. You will have so many collaborations. You will learn so much. You will gain so much wisdom. Two things important. Firstly, do not focus on that person that is setting your teeth on edge. Focus on your work. And secondly, make sure that you are at home in your own body, with your own people, in your own home. Make sure that you have this safe place to retreat to, because this is going to give you the strength to do all this hard work and to achieve all of this. This is going to give you that strength. For some of you, Reiki exercises would be recommendable. Others do yoga, others do meditation. Whatever it is that brings you back into your own body, whatever it is that helps you to concentrate and to relax on a really deep level. Some of you might listen to ASMR. Do that in 2026, because your shift is going to be massive and incredible, but you need to be rooted. Your root chakra really needs to feel safe and sound and grounded for all of this to be able to come in, for all of these doors to open for you. This is this is what I have for you. Thank you so very much for letting me do this reading for you. We are now going to go into the extended with more pre-shuffled oracle cards, with more tarot cards, and with more messages for your 2026 shift. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for everyone who joins me over on Patreon. You can either join for a membership or just buy this reading for $3 only. Thank you so very much, and see you in your next reading. Goodbye. Welcome in pile number 1. You chose the Falcon's Eye. I'm going to put it right here. And these are your pre-shuffled oracle cards. We have some more oracle cards for you than in the extended, and we're also going to use a tarot deck. All the decks will be linked below. So we have the number 15 for you with Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. This is so beautiful. I absolutely love cows. Before I read the cow to you from the guidebook, I want to say that cows are animals that are incredibly family oriented. They have very complicated family structures. The aunties have a very important role with cows, just like with elephants, by the way. The aunties, they look after the children when the moms cannot, or when the moms are grazing or looking for herbs to eat. Then the aunties, they look after the babies, and they also have kind of like kindergartens where some aunties look after all the babies. So they have such incredible family structures, just like elephants. And cows are incredibly smart, and they grieve their dead, and they look after the children until they're grown, if they're given the opportunity, like in sanctuaries, for example. Don't eat them. Cows are so, so sweet. Number 15, the miracles are endless. Then we have the number 17. We have Aries energy here with this little symbol, and we have fire energy. And this is the Tarragon with the message of regeneration. And then from my oracle deck that's available on Etsy, we have Manifest. Oh, this is going to be a good year for you. We have Manifest, releasing, starting. Madonna said, I'm tough, I'm ambitious, and I know exactly what I want. If that makes me a bitch, okay. You will learn this year. Your 2026 shift is, one of the many shifts, because many are coming, but one of the main shifts is going to be that you will learn that not everyone loves you, and that's okay. And if people want to call you names in order to feel better about themselves, then that's going to say more about them than it says about you, because your miracles are endless in 2026, and you are regenerating. You are hot fire flames this year. You're releasing all the bullshit. You're starting new, and people can hop it, you know? There's this scene in Black Books where Dylan Moran tells a guy that comes into his shop and complains about the fact that Dylan's character Bernard was rude to him. And Bernard is like, maybe we could have been brothers in another life and dated the local twins, but it wasn't meant to be in this life, so hop it. Tells him to get the fuck out. And I feel like this is you. You're not angry at the people that you don't want to see anymore this year. You're just like, it wasn't meant to be, so please just hop it. With the Tarragon, regeneration, we have an anonymous quote here. Sometimes the poems have a name underneath, like Gertrude Jekyll, Edna Ferber, Minnie Aumonier. So there we go. Horace Walpole. But yours says anonymous. So maybe sometimes this year, when you think of wisdoms that are really helpful for you, you don't really know anymore what it comes from. You don't really remember anymore, and that's okay. It's okay. You don't remember, and that's fine. The quote says, gardening adds years to your life and life to your years. Translation, if you do the things that you love doing, it's not going to feel exhausting, and it's not going to feel like too much, and it's going to make life better, and it's going to make life, I don't want to say worth living, because life is always worth living, but it adds that extra sprinkle of spice to your life. What to do next is something that needs focus under the influence of Tarragon. It will often indicate what work needs to be done to align the physical with the spiritual. A gift could be coming your way soon, and the relationship will step up a level. Look at what can be redone if given extra care to grow again, or if bringing it back into life will serve you in a positive way. Releasing, starting over. Tarragon also highlights plagiarism or taking inspiration without credit. So if people do that to you, you will regenerate from it. You will purge them from your life, but not with hatred. I really feel like this really, really relaxed energy of where you're like, in another life, maybe we could have been brothers and married the local twins, but it wasn't meant to be, so hop it. The miracles are endless. You are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. That's going to be your 2026. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. Cow spirit nudges you to pay attention because this is the perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for a long time to come. Stay positive and share your well-being with others. The more you share, the more you will manifest, so be generous. Cow Spirit promises you will never run out of miracles. Cow Spirit asks you to pay attention to how you nourish your mind, body, and spirit, because right now you are wobbling around like a newborn calf on its unsteady legs. Perhaps you've been spending too much time distracting yourself on the internet, or obsessing over a relationship, or choosing to eat food that is not healthy. Whatever it is, you're being nudged to assess how you are looking after your needs. Remember, the universe has a way of reflecting back to you events and conditions that match how you treat yourself. Cow Spirit reminds you that the universe wants to give you the very best, but needs you to do your part to participate and nourish your well-being. Heed her message and everything will shift in your favor. And I love that the word shift is used when we're speaking of your 2026 shift. Heed Cow Spirit's words, heed her words. Take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself, Spirit can take care of you. You are in an energy of regeneration this year, and you're in an energy of releasing everything that doesn't serve you or anything that didn't serve you so far, and starting over fresh and manifesting what you wish to manifest, completely independent of what other people might think of you and how other people might call you. We have the Temperance card. I always pay attention to how cards shuffle and in which order they come out. So, just so you know. I love about this card that we have the 2 cups with 2 different contents. One is black and one is white. And it feels like one is the 3D and one is the 5D. And it's like this year you were especially being asked to pay attention to when you are supposed to be in the 5D and when you're supposed to stand in the 3D. You know? This talks about not losing yourself in daydreams and allowing yourself to stand on your own feet and to remain grounded in the here and now. There might be an elaborate divine plan. Divine timing is also a topic for you in 2026. But there are more steps to go through to get to that plan, to get to where Spirit wants you to be. This is a lifelong journey, and in 2026, you're taking very important step on that lifelong journey. And it's all about your purpose. However, I also want to remind you that Temperance also speaks of restraint. And I really feel here that, sorry, when I notice that I lose my voice. And I really feel that with the restraint, I also think of the regeneration. It feels a bit like what we were reading about in the guidebook just now with the Cow Spirit, that you might do some things that are unhealthy for your body, you know, too much time on the internet, too much unhealthy food. You might do some things that are unhealthy for you, and that in the long run might make it rather difficult for you to manifest, because if you don't take care of yourself, Spirit cannot take care of you either the way Spirit would like to, with all your manifestations coming in and whatnot. So the Temperance card is reminding you to show restraint and to do things in moderation, because manifesting in the 5D only works if you are grounded and well taken care of in the 3D. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, and then Spirit will be able to bring in your manifestations. And you have cow spirit watching over you in 2026. You have this beautiful spirit that is letting you know that miracles are endless for you this year. 1 and 5 reduces to 6. This is your 2026. This is your time. But I also want to tell you that the 6th house in astrology speaks of your routine tasks and duty and your health. That you have to take a look at the services you perform for others, at all the things that you do, all your routines, all your tasks, all your duties, and then ask yourself, what about my health? Your vitality needs that you take a look at your wellness, that you take a look at yourself, because your strength and your courage, everything that makes you you, needs fuel. And that fuel is good food and taking care of your body and showing up for yourself. If you don't have fuel, then you will not be able to run. You can't run on empty. So that's the first tarot card that came up. Then we have the Champion of Vessels. Champion is the Knight, right? Sorry, I don't use this deck often. I just have to check if the Champion is the Knight. Because I think, because the Apprentice is the Page. Yeah, got it. So we have the Knight of Cups here for those who want to know. The Champion of Vessels is the Knight of Cups. So this is a very romantic card, and I love that Spirit is sitting on a backpack. I always see birds in decks as Spirit watching over you. It feels like in 2026 you're going to be on a little adventure, and I don't feel like this is, for most of you, you're not moving countries, or some of you might, but for most of you this is a short trip. For those of you who are like, no, this is a big trip for me, take readings as they resonate. I have many people here and I'm trying to speak to all of you. So I feel like for most of you, this is a short trip. Doesn't have to be. For most of you, this is a short trip, and Spirit is letting you know to be confident. You're a person who's very magnetic and very wonderful to be around. So be aware of that. There might be some unwanted flirting, some unwanted flirtatious, people coming closer to you in a way that you do not like. And people misunderstanding you being charming for you being flirtatious. So you might have to set some things straight with some people. And I feel very proud of you here, because this gives me an energy of, normally you were the kind of person who was seeking that brand new feeling of passion and love, jumping from one person to the next. And it's kind of like that was needed for you to notice what you don't want in life. You are under the protection of cow spirit, and you are someone who wants a happy home life now. And this jumping from one person to the next is not you anymore. And why I'm so proud is that you notice what you need. That's why I'm proud of you. It's so difficult nowadays, in nowadays society, sometimes for people to notice what it is, what they truly need. And you notice. You recognized it, you noticed it, and you're like, this is not what I need anymore. I'm just here for a short trip, and I have someone waiting for me at home, so hop it. And I love that you have this kind of introspection where you're like, I'm releasing who I was and I'm manifesting who I want to be. And that's a very strong thing to do. So I feel like this is how the year starts out for you. And then we have the Two of Wands for you. And I'm putting this card here. And that card is letting you know that you have such a commanding presence, that you kind of pull people with you. Like, you have all these ideas, and let me rephrase that. People have all these ideas, and you have this string that manages to string them all together and to pull the string and to make a concept out of it. And this ability that you have is going to bring you a lot of success in 2026. We also have the Wheel, which is another major arcana. You have two major arcana. The Wheel is the Wheel of Fortune, for those who are wondering. The Wheel is letting you know that things are working out in your favor in 2026. with Jupiter energy here. The wheel, however, is also reminding you that what must go up that what goes up must also come down. And that is what the Temperance card was already talking about to you. If you don't take proper care of yourself, you will get the bill for that. If you take proper care of yourself, you will get the bill for that as well. It's the miracles that are endless that Cow Spirit is promising. So the wheel card again is asking you to take proper care of yourself, because there are some changes of your life cycle happening in 2026. Some very difficult but important changes. Not difficult for you, but difficult in terms of it's a big transition. And everything is moving in divine order. This is something that the Temperance card already let us know, but the Wheel card is reminding us of that as well. It's letting you know that 2026 for you is going to be a big turning point of good luck. And then we have the Six of Vessels, which is the Six of Cups for those who want to know. And the Six of Cups is letting you know that you will have the time to embrace family and friends more in 2026 than in other years, because you're really taking the time for them and you're really taking the time to nurture your connections. And when you do that, a lot of from your past will come up. Maybe there were some connections to family members or friends that weren't very beneficial. Some might even call them toxic. And this will come up again in 2026. Not in situations, but in your mind. Like you will overthink that and it will come up again. And when that happens, Spirit is asking you to be kind to your past self. You did I'm quoting Louise Hay now. You did the best you could with the knowledge, abilities, and skill sets that you had. I think it's singular, skill set. But yeah, you did the best you could. So be kind to your own mind and be patient with yourself. You did the best you possibly could. And now you are ready to release that. You're ready to release what felt, sorry for using the word again, what felt toxic to you, because you're starting over and you're manifesting connections that are helpful and lovable, and you are managing to start compassionate and lovable and nurturing connections with people now. And this feels like something new to you, but you're the kind of person who will manage to do that in 2026. 2026 is reminding you to stay grounded in the 3D. That means you have to take proper care of yourself, healthy food, workout, whatever that means for you. Take proper care of your body, so that all your manifestations in the 3D can come in, because Cow Spirit really wants to bring them in. The miracles are endless and Cow Spirit is really trying hard. Secondly, this year is a year of regeneration for you, where you form new friendships, new connections, and where you realize that what you had in the past wasn't really the real deal. And this might bring up some painful memories and it might be hurtful for you, but it's important for you to notice the difference and to notice that these are beginnings of beautiful and lovely connections, and that is what you truly deserve. You deserve people who love you. And thirdly, another really big shift that I see for you in 2026 is that whatever is being thrown at you, you will be able to pull this string around and pull at it and really compress everything and see the big picture. You will have such a lovely ability of seeing the big picture and of seeing where to... I'm hearing where to station your horses. It's kind of like in a game. It's like I'm seeing a board game and you're stationing your little horses on the board game. And people are like, that makes no sense. There is nothing over there. And you're like, oh, I know exactly that there's nothing over there, but there will be. And I'm prepared. And then in the end, you win the game and everyone is like, how could you have known? And you're like, I just knew. I felt it. And it's like, this is your third message. Listen to your intuition this year, because you will know how certain situations culminate and you will instinctively know where to put your efforts for your next steps. These are your 2026 shifts. Thank you so very much for being here. We're now moving into the extended with 5 more oracle decks and with more tarot cards, and we're going deeper and we're digging deeper. You can either go to Patreon for a membership. If you don't want that, you can just purchase it in my Patreon shop for just $3. Treat yourself. This is your 2026. Thank you so very much for being here.